Welcome back to some new r/malicious compliance stories, where people comply to the letter, but not the spirit of a request. The first story is called The Rules of Going Out. This happened a few years ago. I've worked at this place for close to 14 years, and I've always been the type of person to put up with a lot. We always had our Christmas/employee appreciation party in January, as December was crazy busy. I had only been there a few months when we were told about when and where the party would be. A few weeks before, there was a memo posted in the staff room titled The Rules of Going Out. I kid you not. Basically, it was the owner's rules of how things were going to go down for our party. It went like this. The party is for employees only, no spouses. I will pay for one drink only. You can have an appetizer or dessert, not both. Attendance is mandatory. I thought it was funny and laughed about it to one of my colleagues. They didn't laugh and told me that the owner wasn't joking. She was serious. Keep in mind that at the most, there would have been 12 people attending, and that she could completely write this off as a business expense. So why be so cheap? I didn't want to rock the boat. So the first year, I just towed the line. The next year, the same memo appeared a few weeks before the party. I'm pretty sure she just saved it to her computer and printed it off every year. The second year and a few years after that, when we still went out to a restaurant, I thought fine, you're going to be that cheap in appreciating all the hard work we do all year, plus not treating us very nicely. Fine. Cue malicious compliance. Everyone orders their drinks before their meal. I get a water. She looks at me and asks, "Aren't you going to order a drink?" I tell her yes, but I will have it with dessert, as I can't drink without eating anything first. Everyone orders a glass of wine, a cocktail, what have you. We eat our entrees. Then the dessert menu comes. I ask if they have a Scotch menu. They do, and she asks to look at it when I'm done with it. They also had those fancy coffees on there as well. I order my dessert and look at the Scotch menu and order the most expensive per ounce Scotch they have. About $26 an ounce at the time. I'm not going to waste my one drink only on a $7 glass of wine. I'm getting the most expensive Scotch there is and make a point of savoring it. So good. I've never had this one before. I got glass from her, but hey, I'm enjoying my one drink only. The next story is called Lesson Plans. Once upon a time, in the quaint town of Academia, a new middle school assistant principal was placed at our school. One day, trying to impress the school principal, our assistant, Mr. Sternsworth, as we will call him, decided to crack down on the teacher's lesson planning process. Mr. Sternsworth, a stern man with a penchant for punctuality, issued a decree that all teachers must submit their lesson plans, detailed, on the form he provided. That took way longer due to formatting and other demands, and wanted them promptly every Monday at 8 AM for the upcoming week. The teachers grumbled and complained. As this takes a lot of time, we could be preparing for the lesson, but we had little choice but to comply with the Sternsworth's wishes. I, however, saw an opportunity for a little mischief. Determined to make a point, I not only submitted the lesson plans diligently every Monday at the specified time, but took it a step further. Along with each lesson plan, I attached a friendly email, politely requesting feedback on the plans and any suggestions for improvement. At first, Mr. Sternsworth was pleased to see such diligence from me. However, as the weeks went by, the inbox of the assistant principal began to overflow with my meticulously detailed lesson plans and polite follow-up emails. It seemed that every lesson plan submission was accompanied by a prompt for feedback. At first, Mr. Sternsworth tried to keep up. He skimmed through a few lesson plans, offering generic feedback like, "Looks good," or "Keep it up." But I was persistent. I pushed for more feedback. The flood of emails requesting feedback became overwhelming, and Mr. Sternsworth found himself spending more time responding to me than actually performing his administrative duties. Frustrated and desperate to put an end to the constant barrage of emails, Mr. Sternsworth called me into his office. He said with a very sigh, "I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I simply don't have the time to provide detailed feedback on every lesson plan. Can't you just submit them without all the extra emails?" Smirking, I replied, "Sorry sir, I'm just a guy who wants to get better. I'm trying to make lesson plans that are really engaging. I really need the feedback. I'd hate to get docked on my end-of-year evaluation for being anything but the best." After a heavy sigh, Mr. Sternsworth said, "If you stop emailing me about them, I won't make you turn any more in. It is obvious you are a good teacher, and I need to focus on other things." That was 12 years ago, and I haven't turned in a lesson plan since. The last story is called A Silver One. This story dates back to about 9 years ago, when I worked as a lead IT technician for a very large multinational company. The company had a range of different laptops available for employees to choose from that were classified by their size and weight, including standard laptops as well as lightweight laptops. Most of these laptops were pretty boring grey business devices, nothing special to look at. Anyway, one day the computer manufacturer introduced a new lightweight laptop model that was silver in color and far more sleek and good looking than the previous grey model. We deployed a few of these around the building and soon got a visit from a lady who'd seen one of her colleagues with a shiny new silver laptop and had developed a severe case of shiny device envy. "How do I go about getting one of those smaller laptops? Your current standard laptop isn't due to be replaced yet, but you can request a change to our lightweight laptop on the IT website. Your manager will need to approve it, however." Now, to be honest, I wasn't a particular fan of people who waste the company's money simply by wanting the latest shiny gadget, especially because it creates additional work for my team and involves replacing equipment that is still perfectly functional and within warranty. But I behaved professionally and simply toed the company line. She walked away, and the next day, an approved request came through for a lightweight laptop. Fair enough. What she didn't know was that company policy dictated that we only provided a brand new laptop if we didn't have usable second-hand laptops in stock, i.e. those handed back to IT from people who left the company. Being the good IT tech that I am, I scoured our return shelf, and sure enough, there was a used lightweight laptop in stock. Unfortunately for this lady, it was last year's grey model, but rules are rules, so I asked one of my team to prep it for her. She is then told that it's ready and comes along to pick it up. She takes one look at it and promptly throws a tantrum. "This isn't the one I wanted. I wanted the silver one. Sorry, company policy is that we can only order a new laptop if we don't have usable second-hand ones in stock. But this is not the one I ordered." "Yes, it is. You ordered a lightweight laptop, and this is exactly what we've set up for you." "No, I wanted a silver one. This is unacceptable. I'm going to complain to your boss." She stormed off in a huff, and I could soon hear her complaining inside my boss's office. Unfortunately, although my boss knew I was just following the process, he couldn't handle all of the repeated moaning, and soon folded and asked me to order a new device for her. I wasn't at all pleased at being overruled when I was simply applying company policy, particularly when it's just a waste of money for someone that wants the latest silver gadget. So cue malicious compliance. I could have just scoured our shelf of brand new laptops and dug out a new one for her, as we installed dozens of laptops a week. It was a big company, so we always had plenty of new ones in stock, but I was told to order a new one. So that's the process I'd follow. "Okay, we can order a brand new silver one for you, but you'll need to raise another request ticket so we can order the laptop from it." I said this knowing full well that this ticket would go to her manager once again for approval. A manager who has a finite department budget. Sure enough, an hour later, I get a phone call from her manager. Why is she ordering yet another laptop? She didn't like the color of the laptop we'd prepared for her. It was grey, and she wanted a silver one. How much is this going to cost me? Well, you'll still be paying the monthly lease costs on her original laptop, as it wasn't due for replacement. Plus the lease costs of the lightweight laptop we prepared for her earlier. And there'll also be the lease costs for this new laptop as well. Oh heck no. I'm not paying for all that. I'll reject this ticket, and I'll have a word with her. A short while later, she returns. She's rather quiet and humble now, after being chastised by her boss for trying to waste all his budget in the pursuit of having the latest shiny silver gadget. She quietly accepts the lightweight grey laptop we'd prepared earlier for her, and then quickly departs. I spent the rest of the day with a grin on my face. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And if you have time, watch another one of my videos. And now, I hope you have a great day. See you soon. Bye bye.